Hey everybody, we're back. We are here at the famous Dave Handsbury's house. There he is in the back. So got a quick tour of his honey house and figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride. So here we go. Okay, so here's his honey house. It's about 340 square feet. I'm very jealous. It's pretty awesome. He does have it air conditioning, which is especially awesome since it's 101 heat index out there today. So here's his Lyson automatic bottler, at least the first one that he has with the table here. Pretty awesome. You can just set it to 1 pound or half pound, and you just set the bottles underneath the filler, push the button, fills it, rotates it around. So it's almost like, commercial style. I think this is just a cleaning tank that he has. And then he's got several of these heated tanks. I think he said they're all full. He's got quite a bit of honey that he's processed so far. Here's another tank that he has. He gets a lot of the Dadant. He's been having a lot of success with these creamed honeys, which I hope to be doing soon. And so he's got peanut butter, creamed cinnamon, creamed white chocolate, which I need to get one of those for my mom. He does very well with his cut comb. Look at that. So I am going to be doing what Dave does next year for my cut comb, because I want real pretty gorgeous cut comb just like that. So this guy's got it figured out. And I know he's learned a lot from Michael Palmer. Here's all my supers. So I think I pulled 22 supers today. So we'll get, it's pretty good. I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping maybe for a little more honey. They're not all, full. Some not so much. Some are stuff. Some weigh, 45, 50 pounds. But it is what it is. That's the way it always kind of works out. Here's that Lyson automatic bottler again that he does have hooked up to one of his massive tanks. He's got 2 of these. And then he has a Dadant 35 medium frame tangential extractor. So this is going to make quick work of my supers. And then this is what I'm salivating over. He's got the Lyson automatic uncapping machine, which I really hope to add one day because I can't wait to use this. And the uncapping tub, so all my cappings and honey will fall down here. It's beveled, angled down. There's a drain down here. And so honey will come down there. And then we're not going to strain this, so I'll strain that when I get home. But I brought several buckets. So as far as me today, I'm going to be using his uncapper, put it in the extractor, and then I'm going to fill buckets, food grade buckets that I've washed, and we're going to strain, B parts out of it. Not filtered, just strained. There is a difference. And that's it. He generally will bring it out here into his clarifier, which is awesome because he doesn't have to use a strainer. It naturally separates the beeswax from the honey and then comes out through here. I think he has a pump and pumps it up into his holding tanks, which in turn feeds his automatic bottler. So he's really done well with this cut comb. And he said this Handsbury hot honey, that it's raw honey with ghost pepper powder. I just tried some of this. It's fantastic. Really good. It's got a nice bite to it. People that like spicy foods. I think he said he sold quite a few of those at the farmer's market today. So he's just done a real good job with it. But yeah, so that is a quick tour of Dave Handsbury's honey shop. Again, I'm insanely jealous. Hashtag goals. Hopefully I can get something like this someday. It's awesome. And he's got this refrigerated here for sanitary reasons. And also the creamed honey requires 2 weeks of refrigeration to set that creamed honey up. So, yeah, and he's got quite a. What is this one? No, he doesn't have labels on that one yet. And I think he just has regular creamed honey, which sells very well too. Because creamed honey, he said today, like out of 100 people, only one person had ever heard of creamed honey. It's very popular in European countries. Not very popular here in the United States. I don't know why, because it's fantastic. It's just a spreadable form of honey. So, you have a biscuit, piece of toast, whatever you want to spread honey on, instead of pouring it as a liquid, it's got the consistency of almost like icing or so. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, a spreadable form of honey. So I'm excited to be able to add that to my my lineup of offerings for my customers. So, okay, well, let's quit yakking and let's get to extracting. So here we go. Okay, we've got Dave Handsbury here, and he's going to show me how to use his automatic uncapping machine, and then I'm pretty sure I know how to use an extractor. So he's going to do a first round for us, and then I'm going to finish the job. He's going to go do something else. So show us how it works, Dave.
It's pretty basic. This is the automatic licensed uncapper. You basically put a frame in here, you push a button, and it has hot knives. It will cut the wax off as long as the wax exudes past the blades enough.
Okay.
It works better with 9 frames or 10 frames.
And that's what I have is 9 frames. So
we still have to fine tune stuff. So what I do is I'll just put it in this trough, start the button. It's chain driven, so it's going to push those ears up.
Yep.
It's going to push it down. And when it gets down here, we'll start cutting the wax off.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then when we put another one in, there's a conveyor belt that pushes the frames.
It pushes the frame out? Or
Yep.
Here, oh, it does both sides. That's awesome.
It does both sides, yeah. We'll put another one in here. We missed that one as far as the track. Next one's coming down.
Oh yeah, I got to give me one of these.
So if it ain't drawn out, it will miss a little bit, but then we just fine tune it with a fork or a knife.
Fork or a knife. Okay.
Yep.
But this sure beats cutting it all with a.
It's going to go as fast as you can go, unless you drop it.
Unless you drop them. Boy, this certainly speeds up the process. Good grief. Yeah, so it missed quite a bit on that one. So we'll just pick it with a...
Pick it with a pick, yeah.
With a pick, yep.
You can adjust the blades in and out, but if I do it anymore, it scrapes across the top bar.
Yeah, you don't want that. Yep.
Some of these here, these will probably not... I usually run them all through.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't catch them, because it's either that or I got to put them in the trough anyway.
Right.
Loose hill.
Yeah, that's cool. Definitely works better with the fatter ones that they draw out.
Yeah.
Which I try to get them to do that with it being 9 frames, but that's okay. We'll use the pick.
Yep. And that's
awesome.
about it.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. There's nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. So, and then Dave, where do you want me to put? I mean, could I just stack these up? The wet.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
After we sling them out.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, do I need? Do we need another catch tray for the ones that are slung out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go grab.
There's plenty of them up
there. Okay. Yeah, I'll just set it here. That way we can take this next one off. It's propolis. They always stick together. Okay. So just straight in here.
Nope.
Oh, top one. Right here?
Yep.
Right here?
Right there.
Okay.
Slide it down. So
yep.
I'm not saying we missed it, but when it gets ready, it will lift this tit up right here.
Yep.
And like sometimes
okay.
It will drop down. Sometimes it might get hung up a little bit, and that's when you can just push it down.
Push it down. Got it.
Not always, but sometimes.
Yep. I'm following you. Yeah. These frames are only about halfway capped, so There it goes. I'm already getting spoiled. I said I'm already getting spoiled. This is so much faster. What are the name of those machines that's like an entire assembly line? Didn't they have one at North American Honeybee Expo? Well, yeah. What was the name of it though? The brand was?
That's Silver Queen or Silver Line.
Silver Line or something? Shake test. Because this isn't capped. So we did check it. Are you going to stay over here for a little while, Dave?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Oh, okay. Well then, let me put this back on you. I thought you were going to go mess with your cut comb, but
No,
yeah. How much were they asking for one of those?
Of what?
That I call it like an assembly line. I mean,
Well, I think they're pushing $40,000.
40,000. Jeez.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to stick my you know what in my mouth.
You're good. What's the best way to do this? Because we're not extracting it, and if I stack these, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine because then we'll just move them after we.
But I think that if you have the room, they last you. Going to last you forever.
Okay.
For what? But if I remember correctly, it's a lot of power you have to have too. Voltage.
Oh, I bet. Now that one's a little wet. Law of average, we should be okay. So what I was getting ready to say is Dave and I checked the moisture content, and it was coming in about 15.5, which is pretty thick. So when you're extracting, if you have one or two frames, a few frames here and there that have a little bit of nectar in them, don't worry about it. The law of average, it'll be fine. 15.5 is a little thick for my taste. I actually like it better around 16.5. But that's just personal preference. If you like your honey really thick or not. Yeah, see, there's a little that was coming out of this, but not bad. The vast majority of what I pulled today was capped. Now Dave also has a, what is it? The wax separator?
Honey wax. I call it the honey wax separator.
Honey wax separator in the other room, which does exactly what it sounds like. All these cappings that are falling down here, obviously soaked in honey. So it's just a way to separate those two so you maximize the amount of honey that you get from your harvest. So you're not throwing anything away. Small honey.
The wax cappings that I pulled off.
Yeah.
Almost 40 pounds of honey I slung out of the cappings.
That's incredible. Boy, these are in there.
So we'll just easy figuring $10 a pound.
Yeah, which not very many people sell their honey for $10 a pound, but yeah, that's money.
That's a lot of money. A couple years and you'd have it paid for.
Exactly. I feel like that's true with a lot of this equipment. That after a while, it pays for itself. Like we were talking about that Lyson automatic bottler. I mean, that'll pay for itself. Think about if you're even just giving a little bit over a pound or a half a pound over time, that adds up, right? If
Last year I did the math. I saved, the first year I used it, I saved $646 worth of honey from overfilling jars.
Really?
1 year. Yep.
Over 600?
$647.
Jeez.
Because each one, for what we're doing,
Wow.
I can't remember. It was like almost 1/3 of an ounce on each jar.
Unbelievable. Oh, this one's heavy. That's a good 45, maybe 50 pounds. That's a nice one.
Yep. Do you have any you're going to save for a fair or anything to show?
I'm not doing the fair.
Not.
No. I'm just trying to keep, that's a nice one. I'm just trying to keep up with the farmer's market at this point.
Yeah. Same here.
Good frame. That one's heavy. This looks darker too. I'm hoping there's some tulip poplar in these. I want to see it cut this one.
Some of this is because some are empty almost,
Oh,
some
okay.
are not. So it has to level itself
Do you not
out.
have it bolted to the floor?
No.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what color this... Look how... That's dark. Look at that. That's got to be
dark.
tulip poplar. Right?
That's what I would say.
That is a dark frame. That's my favorite honey. Oh, yeah. Here, I'm going to show them that. Did that frame come out yet? I want to show them. They're right there. Yeah.
It's hot. I mean,
is
it's
it?
hot, but it's going to drip.
It's going to drip.
It's got hot
that's
knives.
Right. Well, I'll just hold it like this so I can see it. Oh, yeah. That's going to be good stuff.
Here, you can see that too.
Yeah. Where they separated it.
They separated it.
Ooh. Look how fast we're getting through these.
I'll let that spin at a slower speed for a while.
Take me a long time. See, now you done messed up, Dave, because now I'm going to want to come over here every time.
I've offered to people before.
They don't take you up on it? That's silly.
No.
That is silly.
I had one couple come over last year. But to be truthful, after it's all cleaned up, the deals are off.
Oh, really?
It's too much to clean and then have to re-clean for a 5-gallon bucket of honey.
Oh, they wanted you to clean it? And then...
They didn't offer.
Yeah. When you're using it almost all year round, it's kind of silly. I mean, you need to do probably an annual cleaning, right? But
I do. I clean it at least twice a year.
Twice a year.
Once when it's 100% clean.
Yep. Yeah, I think you could overdo that. Now, I mean, I clean my equipment every year, but again, I only had like 5 hives worth of honey last year. So, and this year, you know, I only overwintered 10 colonies. So that's most of this honey came from them. Next year, it'll be all 20 colonies. So I've doubled this year. I'll be overwintering 20. So should get a lot more honey next year. But this should suffice for this year. Oh, Dave, stop. Okay, so got stuck.
So I reversed it.
So you can reverse it?
Take it
Okay.
up. Now see if it lets you pull it out.
Oh, there you go. Okay, and just restart it.
That's still backwards.
Oh, how do you reverse it? Oh,
This little
okay.
tip.
This right here?
I
Got
say
it.
tit a lot, so you know.
You get me in trouble on YouTube. Don't say that.
I can't help it. Look,
They don't like any
Barbara's
curse
been
words,
trying to.
okay?
Barbara's been trying to change me for almost
For a long
13
time.
years. It's not going to happen.
No cuss words. No cuss
Well,
words.
is that really a cuss word though?
No, I think, I don't know. I never claimed to understand YouTube and their rules, so I generally just be extra cautious. Try to keep it clean. All right. Man, that thing does keep you hopping. Oh, this is one of the. This is a good one. Ugh. I think they drew out every frame on this one. Yeah, just a little bit on. That ain't worth it. And we'll give that back to the bees. That's worth it. I was trying to think what the honey came in last year. It was pretty low too. I thought I even had one reading that was in the high 14s. I mean, it was super thick. And that honey that I bought from Bob Benny in Louisville this year at Nobby.
Yep.
That's some of the thickest honey I've ever seen. I haven't measured it, but that's got to be low, low, low.
I think he likes around that 16.5 too.
Yep. This is, I'm telling you, it's definitely lower than 16.5. You got a hive tool up here, Dave?
I do. It's in, if you walk, they're on the deep freezer in the other room.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab one. Oh no, there's one right here.
No, that's my good one with my dang, they signed it. I'll get you kicked out of this place.
Who signed it?
I don't know. It's either Kent Williams, Bob Benning. There's a few signed on there.
You don't want a Josh Scott one signed?
No. Why would I? I'd sign my own before I did that.
Yeah. You got me curious now. I can't read that. F.J. Finn? Sam? I have no idea.
That's probably is it Frederick Dunn?
Oh, it probably is done. Yep. Good grief, Fred. That's a heavy frame right there. I did meet him for the first time at that conference. He was super nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He gave me some YouTube tips. He said he kind of got lucky because he's been doing it for so long, meaning YouTube. He was kind of I think he was one of the first beekeeping YouTube channels.
Maybe he was right behind
Mr. Ed.
Or David Burns.
Cayman? Who?
David Burns.
David Burns, yeah.
I think is the longest running.
Is he?
That's what I heard him say.
I'll be honest, I'm really surprised that, is it Best Buy hasn't given him a cease and desist on that Beak Squad thing instead of Geek Squad?
Well, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, he's got his kind of logo that he has next to all his stuff says Beak Squad.
Beak Squad. But
it's the exact same color and format as Geek Squad. Yeah, I mean it's catchy. It sounds great.
So
I'm just knowing how litigious America is. I can't believe that Best Buy or whoever owns Geek Squad, hasn't.
They didn't do it though.
What's that?
They didn't.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought you said they made him do it.
No, I'm surprised they have not told him to stop. That's heavy too. But then again, that would require the brass at Best Buy to be watching beekeeping channels. So
3 more, and then we'll have to wait to let this catch up.
Okay.
With some thick and thin, it just takes a while to level it back out.
To level it, that's fine. Nice. I'm excited to use my bottling tank.
They're nice.
I haven't told the audience yet what I just picked up, so that's future videos. No sneak peek, Dave. Don't spoil it.
On-off switch.
Yeah. So they've got to tune in later for that. So
Oh, well, you'll edit that out. What did I catch you on though? I see when you get so busy, you forget what you said that I caught you at. That'll be the last one for now.
Dave likes to call me a millennial.
You are a millennial.
Just barely.
Oh, it's 100% true. That's it. Don't
That's
put
it.
That one in.
Don't put that one in. Okay.
Yeah.
Let him catch up. Stop it.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we can see what that honey is.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and measure that.
Let me clean this tool off here.
So he's using a refractometer, which you can pick. I mean, you can get that one off Amazon. That's the same one I got.
I get it from Better Bee.
Oh, from Better Bee.
Yeah.
They work good. Essentially, you take a sample of the honey, and you put it here. Can I see it real quick?
A little wet.
So you take a sample of the honey. You make sure you cover this entire surface area, and you fold this down. And then when you look through it through some light, you'll see, and you won't be able to see this on camera, but you'll see it's got numbers and a chart like with lines, and you'll be able to see the blue versus the clear. And the way that the light hits this tells you exactly what the moisture content is of your honey. It's a pretty slick tool. And really, to be safe, Dave, don't you want it 18 or less?
18 or less is what I do.
18 and a half is where I think it could start to ferment in the bottle. And we tested it earlier, and it was coming in around 15 and a half. So we'll see what this is. Like I said, my favorite's around 16 and a half, but that's personal preference. I'm happy with anything under 18. So 17 and a half is about the highest I will go for bottling my honey. And there are tricks that you can do if your honey, if the moisture content's too high. You can put it next to some dehumidifiers, get a fan that you hang from the ceiling that points straight down through these supers to move air across it, because honey is hygroscopic and hydrophilic, meaning depending on what the ambient humidity is around the honey, it will either take on moisture or it will release moisture. What is it?
I got 17.2.
0.2 on that? Okay, that's fine. Anything under 17 and a half. And I think some of this other stuff that I just put in is thicker. So I think it'll all average out.
We get more in that bucket, you can test the bucket too.
Right. I think the highest I've ever read was like 22%, which was, I put that right back on the colony. Oh, here, let's, I'll bring you in for a close-up on this. Do you plan to bolt it? Because I have mine bolted to the shop floor in it.
I don't.
You don't need to?
No.
Yeah, nice.
When it's hooked up to the tubes that go from the uncapping tank to the clarifier tank, it does give it a little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And after if you put a thick frame with a thin frame, any extractor is going to get out of balance.
It's going to out of balance, exactly. Yep. How many's in there right now? 34? Or
36.
36. Awesome.
Since we're doubling up, I figure we might as well load it up.
Oh, yeah. And all this strainer does, as you can see, it catches wax, bee parts, bee heads, bee legs. And what comes out is nice clean honey. And then what I do, I don't know about you, Dave, but I like to let my honey set for like 2-3 days in a bucket.
So do I.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, they put on Facebook how it's all cloudy. That's
why. Exactly. Yep. Now, can you leave it setting in a bottling tank? Is that fine also for 2 to 3 days? It doesn't have to be in a bucket, right?
Doesn't have to be in a bucket. Because after you get so much in a bottling tank, it's settled at the bottom. But even if you pump it in on the top, you're not going to bottle that right away anyway.
Exactly. And all those bubbles, they rise to the top over time.
Rise to the top.
Yeah. So how long do you let this spin for generally?
Well, if they're all the same thickness frames, I usually turn it up a lot faster, but I kind of just go off of how it feels. Then I eventually, if it starts to wobble, then I turn it back down a little bit.
Turn it back a little bit.
Because once it starts to wobble, you have to turn it down quite a bit before it gets back to not wobbling.